Welcome or welcome back, beautiful souls, to the channel. I'm Shika, your conscious mentor, and today I will be going over how to manifest your dreams instantly. Whether that is changing your life, changing your career, whatever that you really want to manifest. Today I'm going to be going over the top secrets that has helped me manifest my lifestyle, from being on YouTube to being an educator here to a healer, space holder, and ultimately having the lifestyle that I've always wanted, that I'm living in this current present moment. So I cannot wait to go over this video with you guys. Before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video. And also, if you feel called to really go deeper into your shadow work and help you manifest faster, don't forget to apply for the one-on-one mentoring programs. They're down below for you lovely souls, as well as add yourself to the Quartz Vortex, which is a beautiful community where it's a one-year healing program allowing you to really change your life and heal it all in 1 year. So all that information will be down below along with my retreats. Now let's get into how to manifest your dreams instantly. So over the years, I've been really trying to figure out, what is this perfect way of doing it? And to be honest, there's so many. It was really hard for me to break it down for you lovely souls, but I went over about 4 really big ones that have really changed my life, and I wish I knew years ago. And I know you're probably sitting here because you're probably in this space, which is where I was, where I felt like everything in my life, I didn't really relate to it as much, and I just really wanted a transformation. I felt stuck. And it was just all trial and error of like wanting to manifest this life. And now I really figured out some really beautiful secrets that are going to really help you, that have helped me along the way. So the first way that you can manifest your dream life instantly is get clear on what you want. Not many people talk about this. Everyone's like, get clear, be specific, script what you want. But I mean, like, really get clear with what you want. Even though you might think you're clear, you're not. And I didn't know this as well. So for example, I wanted to manifest more abundance, but then I would find myself, ordering Uber Eats, trying to get over an emotional release that has come up for me. Or I want to manifest a soulmate, but then I find myself closed off because I'm scared of being hurt because of my past experiences. So more and more, as I mentioned with everyone, manifesting can be so much faster when we add a combination of shadow work and manifestation. I really do think that you can't really manifest things instantly unless you're doing the work as well as calling in what you want, right? I always tell people we end up talking to our guides, communicating with our beings, our cosmic team, when we're at the point where we're at our lowest or when we really need help. But it's understanding that when we can accompany the manifestation of our dream life with, shadow work, it can really help us go even faster. And I've seen things happen that I've wanted to manifest years ago that I've had it in months or even weeks, which is crazy. So get specific. And some ways that you can know that you're not specific enough with your manifestation is that you find continuous patterns of certain relationships coming into your life from your past, and you've noticed that they just keep coming in cycles. If that is coming up, there's also a cycle within yourself that you need to end in order for you to really get specific on what you want. Another way that you can really help yourself know that you're not being specific is if you feel like when you say your manifestation, there is some kind of subtle self-doubt or self-sabotage that comes in, or even overanalyzing. That is letting yourself know that you're saying what you want, but do you actually believe it? Do you actually trust it? Do you actually surrender to it? And if that is the case, then you're obviously going to be blocking that dream manifestation, that dream life that you want. The second secret to how to manifest your dream life instantly, which goes really well with the first tip, is what habits and shadow healing are you committing to grow this part of your life? I always say where energy flows, it grows. So for example, if you're focusing on money a lot and you want to bring more flow of money, then my question to you is to manifest this dream life of abundance that is your divine right. Are you doing that work as well as, connecting with what are the limiting money beliefs that you have with money? What are the fears you have with money? What are the fears that you grew up with your maternal, your fraternal lineage? Because your ancestral lineage has a lot to do with money blocks. A lot of the times when I do healing and I work with my clients, I always see that if there's a money block, it has something to do with ancestral or anything that has, karmic that comes up. And sometimes it's our own karma that we put on ourselves as well. So really understanding, what was your relationship with money in the past? Are you still living in these habits? And how can you shift it? What are you committing to? Does that mean that you are working towards the fear that money is scarce and sitting with yourself and saying, I have a fear that money is scarce, and in knowing that, I know that I'm literally blocking myself from receiving that flow of money. Let's look at relationships, right? If we have a fear that maybe we've had friendships that have burned us in the past, or even an intimate relationship that the person has cheated on you, or the person, wasn't trustworthy, or they just simply, you were in a situationship, which situationship, if you know what I mean, please put a heart emoji. I think we've all been in that situation where you want to be in a relationship, you're with this person, and it's not really, you both don't know what you are, and there's that fear of speaking about it because you're scared of being hurt. We've all been through that situation. I know a lot of us have. But when we are allowing ourselves to avoid it, it's just sitting in our body. It's sitting in our energetic body and our vibration that we fear a relationship, we fear of getting hurt. So when we fear that, we actually are calling the universe to manifest that I want to get hurt, and I want to be scared of relationships, and I want to push someone away from me. So with that, when you're talking about relationships, asking yourself, what's your relationship with yourself? How do you love yourself? How do you trust yourself? How do you receive yourself? Then we go deeper into other people. Then we go into, how do I trust, partnerships, friendships, family members, and what are some things there that I don't trust and I want to work towards? And when we can do that, then we can go back to, what am I manifesting? What is the healthy relationship? Because again, the reason why you're receiving what you don't want in your, dream life, or what you want in the relationships, is because, you have been scared to ask what you really wanted. And that brings us from the first point. It makes it hard to be specific, because if you haven't done the healing work, if you haven't started the shadow work alongside with manifestation, how do you know what you want and what you don't want? There's no way that you know what you want and don't want. So manifestation, the beautiful tool about it, how you manifest things instantly, is understanding what you don't want, so you don't, apply that in our subconscious. We know when to say our no's and our yeses to people. We know how to have that conversation with source, with universe, with spirit, and co-creating, where we're not feeling scared, or we're not feeling self-sabotage or lack of confidence, because we already know, okay, this is where I'm at and this is where I want to be. But if you keep not looking at where you want to be, and you keep not looking at your shadow, there's no way that we can step into light and love and, high vibration and a dream life and our dream car and our dream relationships and our dream friendships and our dream job and career and our dream purpose. But you have to look at who you are right now. And who you are right now, there is a part of your shadow that is calling you in. So I really want you, as you're at this point of the video, I want you to message down below in the comments, what is being triggered here? Because I always tell people when I have these videos, I'm triggering something that's living in you that wants to come out. And if I'm saying to you that right now, the reason why you're not manifesting your dream life is because you have been scared to claim it, and you have also been scared to look at what you've been holding on to. That's really what manifestation of dream life, it is tapping into our self-power to then claim what we want to receive. And we need to do that by the balance of that dark and light, which is the shadow, our stories, our wisdom, our ancestral stories, our belief systems. And then we shift it by knowing that we don't know what we know what we want and what we don't want. And it makes it so much easier when we can tap into that depth of healing. And this brings us to the second secret of how you manifest your dream job instantly, is what relationships are in your life currently. This was such a big thing. And I've done lots of different mentorships and healings with healers, with coaches, mentors. And one of the biggest advice I keep getting and receiving from some of the biggest, and most powerful mentors that I've been able to receive, whether it's Tony Robbins or, Melanie and Lair and all these other beautiful souls. And one thing that comes up is that my relationships in my life create a path of where I'm meant to go next. So really ask yourself, are you staying with that friend from university because you guys still can talk about the time when you guys used to drink, have fun, and you were avoiding, the feeling of feeling grief and feeling sadness and feeling loneliness that you didn't feel like you belonged? And you're still with that friend because you feel like that relationship has to stay with you. And, our relationships are lessons of our soul wantings, our soul dream life, what we came here to experience as a human. So when we look at our relationships, we can really tell, what ways have our relationship created energy and kind of festered into our shadow work, our shadow being, So we might not want an abusive relationship, and we might want a soulmate that's going to love us, and we come home and there's a bath running and they made dinner for you and they have your favorite meal and you're watching a movie and they give you a back massage and a foot massage. That sounds really great, doesn't it? But we are attracting, the person who, really feels hurt and wants everything about themselves, and they use triggers and gaslighting to control you because, that's what you think your power is. Your power is pleasing this relationship. So, part of getting our dream life, our dream partnerships, our dream relationships is understanding that, there are relationships here that are meant to teach us about our shadow. There are relationships here to expand our heart. There are relationships here to grow us. And it's understanding what are those relationships meant to help us do and heal here in this lifetime. The last secret on how to manifest your dream instantly is understand that fear is a step into something that your human doesn't know could ever exist. So when we step into our power, we step into really tuning into what do we want in this life experience? How do we want to play in the playground of the universe? And tuning into, what does that look like for me? How does that look like in general? And allowing myself to commit to that dream life, even when there are times of being tested by the universe. So for example, one of the dreams I wanted to manifest is being able to host retreats with you beautiful souls. And when that came up for me, and I wanted to manifest that, I really tuned into the fear of what if people weren't able to come, with the climate of everything going on in the world? What if they don't want to go to my retreat? What if people don't align with the retreat? Maybe no one will go. These are all things that we have when we try to do something new, but we're stepping into our power. But what I did, that really allowed me to release that self-sabotage and that lack of self-confidence when manifesting your dream, is understanding that how can I allow myself to step into that space holder in those retreats every single day? So I really focused on understanding that how can I work with the fear instead of against it? How can I work with the fear instead of running away from it? I think we're taught as younger kids that fear is something we should run away from. And especially depending on what our environment was as our inner child. Maybe you were in a household where you had to keep things safe. Go to school, get a degree, make sure you get a job that has a salary. That was the safe way of manifesting your dream life of what your parents thought was best for you. But then realistically, is that actually your dream life, or are you just following a system that is meant for you to have a dream life of what people want you to be like? That's not actually your dream. That's the dream of your parents. That's the dream of the expectation of society. But are you actually living it, right? So instead of allowing yourself to embody the fear, you rather just be comfortable with being in someone else's dream, being in someone else's reality. Which brings me to another secret. When you're manifesting your dream instantly, you need to get comfortable with being really honest with yourself of how much of your life is on someone else's reality and expectation. When I sat down with myself and I decided to start YouTube and be an educator and all the big dreams that I have to really create and help and support this community, I didn't think of, how am I going to do it like everyone else here? I thought of, how am I going to do it in the way that I bring the medicine I'm meant to bring here? And in doing that, it ripples into other parts of my life. And in doing that, I was able to work at home, which is one thing that was important to me because I really wanted to allow myself to have a day off if my moon cycle came and to really listen to my body. Part of my dream life was allowing myself to help and change people's lives, to help them connect with their bodies more and to heal the shadow. Part of my dream life was understanding that I had to say no, even though it scared me, to those old friendships and relationships that I still had in my life because they were comfortable, but were they actually aligned? Absolutely not. So when we tune into that, it's understanding that fear is the fire that can come through us to allow us to manifest our definite yeses and our definite nos. But if we run away from our fear, we're equally running away from your dream life. So I want you to think about right now as a shadow work activity together, what is one fear you have right now when you think about your dreams? Is there certain fears that come up? And then I want to ask yourself, what part of yourself is scared of moving through that fear, working with that fear to remind you what you do and don't want and why you're here. And knowing that if you don't allow yourself to move through that fear, you are now choosing, instead of manifesting your dream life instantly, you are now choosing to live a life that is not yours, a life that is everything else outside of you. And that is not a conscious life. That is not a dream life. That is not a happy life. When we talk about dream life, it's really a happy life. It's a life that is in alignment of yourself. So I really hope that this video really helped you out. If you guys would like me to talk more about helping you manifest your dream life, let me know down below. Let me know what resonated with you. And also let me know what other manifestation videos you would like to see. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe, put notification bells so you don't miss a video. And also don't forget to apply for my one-on-one mentoring. It's down below if you feel like you really want your life to change. These programs are very deep. It's not for someone who wants to bypass their healing. It's specifically for a soul who wants to change their life and step into their dream life. So if that is something that's interesting to you, you can look down below, as well as my retreats and my Quartz Vortex program. I love you all so much. I'm wishing you all the best with your dream life and just knowing to be really specific on what you want.